Okay, and good morning. This is the Maths Work for Tuesday, the 19th of January. And again, just bear with me. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so this is just a quick reminder of what we're looking at this week. So if you remember yesterday, we were looking at tens and ones. Today, we're actually going to look back at these symbols again and compare numbers. And then the rest of the week, we're going to be looking at counting in twos, counting in fives, and then on Friday, counting in tens. Okay, so a quick visit. See if we can remember, if we can work out what these numbers are. So again, you might want to pause the video here and have a little go. Remember, count the tens, count the ones. How much is that all together? So hopefully you went 1, 2, 3, 4 tens, which are 40. Here we've got 3 tens and 2 ones. So 3 tens are 30 plus 2 is 32. And here we've got 2 tens and a 1. 2 tens are 20. So we've got 21. Oh, I didn't write the answer onto that one. I'll write it there. I'm sure I could hear you all shouting at me then. 21. Fantastic. Okay, so this is my turn. I'm just going to go through this, and then, as you said, then there'll be a slide for you to have a go at. So if we remember, we're looking at these symbols. So this means smaller than, or smaller than, less than, equal to, the same as, greater, or more than, bigger. A number is bigger, greater, more than. You might hear lots of those different words. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work out, first of all, I need to work out what each number is. So I know that this is 1, 10 and 2, 1. So 10, 11, 12. So I know this is the number 12. And over here, I've got the number 10 because I've only got 1 10, which is 10. So if I can compare those two numbers, I know that 12 is greater than, is more than 10. Okay, so I'm going to work out what this number is. 3 tens, 1, 2, 3. 3 tens are 30 plus 1, 2, 3 is 33. So I've got the number here, 33. And over here, I've just got 2 tens and I've got no 1. So that's why I've got my 0 there to tell me that this is 2 tens. If I didn't have the 0, then it would just be, I'll just be writing the number 2. But I've got 2, yes, but they're not 2 ones, they're 2 tens. 2 tens are 20. So I know that 33 is greater than, oh, I might just do that bigger like that, is greater than 20. Okay. I need to work out what these numbers are. So this is 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and 6 is 16, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I've got the number 19. Okay. So here we've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So although I've used different equipment there, they both make 19. So this side is equal to the same as this side. Okay, so this is your turn now. So what I'd like you to do is to pause the video here and see if you could work out what symbols would you use in each of those. Okay, so I'm hoping that you first of all obviously worked out what the numbers were. So you knew that this is 1 10, which is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1 10, and 4 ones makes 14. And over here you've got 1, 2, 3 tens, which is 10, 20, 30. So you've got 3 tens and 0 ones, which makes 30. So I'm comparing 14 to 30, and you know that 14 is smaller than, less than 30. Okay, let's have a look at this one. We've got 1, 2, 3 tens, so 10, 20, 30, and 1, 2, 3 tens, 3 ones, sorry. So we've got 3 tens and 3 ones is 33. Okay, over here, let's have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3 10s again, 30, and 1, 2, 3 1. So we've got the number 33. So both sides, although using different equipment, both make the same number, so equal to the same as. Okay, and let's look here. So here we've got double six. I wonder if any of you know what double six are. Double six, if you're not sure, I would go 6 and then count on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and over here we've got 110, which is 10. 110 and no ones makes 10. And I know that 12 is greater than, is more than 10. Well done. Okay, so let's have a little look at this problem. Okay, so here we've got a symbol. So we've got here, first of all, I need to work out what this number is. So we know what 2 10s are. 2 10s are, and I hear you all shouting at me, is 20. Fantastic. I shouldn't say shouting, maybe calling out. 20. So 20 is greater than or more than what? So now I need to put a number this side that 20 is bigger than. So 20 is bigger than what? So if I use my number grid here, I need to look at a number then that is smaller than 20. So any of these numbers here that come before 20. So I could put in 8 in there. I could put 10 in there. I could put 12 in there. So any number is smaller than 20. So now if I read this, this says 20 is bigger than, greater than, more than 8. Or I could say 20 is more than 15. Or 20 is more than 2. And I'm sure you could come up with other numbers as well. Okay, so looking at this one here, so again, I need to work out what this number is first of all. So I've got 3 10s, 10, 20, 30, 30, 31, 32. So I've got 3 10s and 2 1s, which makes 32. So this time it's saying to me that 32 is smaller than what? What is 32 smaller than? So this time I'm going to find 32 on my number grid. And this time I need to find numbers that are bigger than 32. So I've got any of these numbers up to 50. So I can go from 33 up to 50 are bigger than 32. So I'm going to go for 36. So if I read my statement now, my number sentence here, this is saying to me that 32 is less than 36. Yes, that's true. Or you could say 32 is less than 50. Or 32 is smaller or less than 43. And again, I bet you can tell me some other numbers that could go in there as well. Okay, so this now is your turn. So I want you to, first of all, you need to work out what this number is. So you need to work out what this number is. And whatever this number is saying, this number is bigger than, what number could you put there that this number is bigger. This number is bigger than a number here. So you need to work out what number is smaller than this number that you could put this side. Okay. This number, you need to work out what this number is, and this time it's saying that this number is smaller than another number. So once you've worked out what this number is, you need to find a number here, put a number here then that is bigger than this number. And I've left the number grid here to help you. So pause the video there and have a go. Okay, so let's have a look. So first of all, we need to work out what this number is. So we've got 1 10 and 2 1s. 1 10 is 10 and 2 makes it 12. So here we're saying that 12 is bigger than what? So I need to find a number. So 12 is bigger than what? So I need to find a number then that is smaller than 12. So I'm going to put in there 4. So I'm going to read my statement now. 12 is bigger than 4. 12 is more than 4. It's true. You could have said, I'm sure some of you have had other numbers, you could have said that 12 is greater, more than 10. 12 is more than 7. 12 is more than 1. Any of those numbers you could have had. So basically any number from 11 up to 1. Okay, let's have a look at this number here. So this is 2 10s, which is 20, and 2 1s. So, oh, the wrong one. 22. So this time we're saying 22 is smaller than what? So think about a number. So here you're putting a number that is bigger than 22. So here I'm looking at 22, and I'm going to choose, you could have chosen any number from 23 down to 50. So I'm going to write, I don't know, 41. Let's read my statement then. So 22 is smaller, is less than 41. That's true. 22 is smaller than 31. 22 is smaller than 23. 22 is smaller than 50. So you could have chosen any of those numbers. Well done if you did that. Don't worry if you didn't understand that, because that will be something that we will come back to again. Okay, let's move on. Now let's have a little look at this. Now this looks really complicated when you first look at it, but actually it's not, and I'm going to explain to you how to use this grid. Okay, so we're going to order these numbers by comparing them with each other, and we've got the same symbol. So here we've got smaller than, smaller than, smaller than. So we need to put a number in here. So we need to say something is smaller than something. Something is smaller than something. Something is smaller than something. And if you notice down here, all my numbers start with 2. So all in the 2. So all 2 10s. So I'm going to look at the 1s. So I've got 5 1s, 8 1s, 0 1s, and 2 1s. So I've got the number 22, 20, 28, and 25. Right, so what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to start with my bigger number, 28. So if I put 28 in here, let's just have a listen. So if I say that, so I'm going to think that 28 is smaller than what? Is 28 smaller than any of these other numbers? No, and I'm sure you're saying to me, no, Mrs. Humphries, they're not. So then I know then that 28 is got to be the number at the end here. Okay, so now I'm actually going to sort of work backwards a little bit. So I've got 28 here. So here I'm going to think to myself, so something is smaller than 28. So all of these numbers could go in there. Okay, so sometimes what it is a little sort of playing with the numbers, is, you know. So I'm going to put 25 in here. So 25 is less than 28. True. Okay, so then if I'm going to put 20 in here, 20 is less, that is 20 less than 25. Yes. Okay, let's put 22 in here. Is 22 less than 20? No. 22, is 22 smaller than 20? No, it's not. So I know that those two are not in the right place. So I'm going to move that one there and put that there. So now let's have a look at my statement. So I'm saying that 20 is less than 22. 22 is less than 25, and 25 is less than 28. Okay, so sometimes it's just having a little look at the numbers and thinking to yourself. So in this case, because I've got less than in each of them, it's like ordering them from the smallest up to the biggest number there. Okay, so thinking about that, I would like you to see if you can order these numbers. So again, smaller than, smaller than, smaller than. See if you can put these numbers in the right order. Okay, so pause the video here and have a go. Okay, so I'm hopefully you did what I did and you started with the bigger number. So you're thinking to yourself that 40 is the biggest number. So 40 is not going to be smaller than any of these numbers. So we know that 40's got to be at that end there. So then thinking about the numbers that we've got left, okay. So my next number then is 30, because if I put 30 there, 30 is not smaller than 20 or 10. So we know that that's got to go there. And then you're left with just comparing these two numbers, 20. So is 20 less than 10 or is 10 less than 20? We know that 10 is less with 20, so that's got to go there. And then 20 goes there. So let's have a look. We'll read the statements there. So 10 is less than 20. 20 is less than 30. 30 is less than 40. Well done if you got that right. Okay. So we're just going to have a last little look at this one here. So this says, can I compare numbers? Let's look at this problem together. It says, Jack and Eva are playing a game. They collect a handful of cubes. They arrange the cubes to see who has more. I have more, says Jack. Eva says, no, I have more. Who is right? So how can we find out who is right? So what we need to do is to count. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Jack's got 8. How many has Eva got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So actually Eva has got more. So Eva's right. If you look at what Jack did, Jack thinks he's got more because he has spread his out. And he thinks he's got more because he's got a longer line than Eva. So that's something to think about when you're comparing, especially when you're comparing objects. It's really, really important that you count them, okay? And when you're setting them out, that maybe you're setting them out neatly, because you can see what the problem here has happened with these two is Jack thinks he's got more because his line is longer than Eva's. But as we said, it's really, really important to count them. And I've always said, count them maybe not just once, but twice. That means 2 times at least. So anytime I count anything, really try and count it, especially when it's lots of objects, because it's always very, really easy to make a mistake. Okay, so let's have a little look at what your work is this morning. So the silver activity is using these symbols. It's just comparing these numbers, okay, using the symbols. The gold activity is really, really similar to what we were doing earlier. But if you notice this time, instead of this having smaller than, greater than, greater than, greater than. So it's putting these numbers in the right order, you're looking at the symbol here. And then the platinum says, Dexter compares 2 numbers. He's saying 30 is less than 33. Do you agree with Dexter? Explain your answer. Okay. So you might, parents, you might want to pause the video here, because obviously I'm going to move on in a minute and show you the answers. Okay, so here are the answers. So hopefully you've compared them. So, and then obviously with this one here as well. And then Dexter, so this one, looking at this one, Dexter is right, but he has used the wrong symbol. I wondered if you noticed that. So he used greater than symbol instead of less than symbol. Okay, well done, everybody.